Check it out, Voltz! We're playing on the server again, and I did a little bit of work, so I'm going to show you a little bit. Then we're going to get into trying to set this up so that I don't have to constantly be feeding them with coal. And this is also one of the biggest draws of having heat generators. We're going to do machines a little bit more until we get established, and then we'll go on to mining. So, check it out. Sheep, right? We got a nice little area of sheepies, and also the grass has grown to a point where we no longer need to tend to it. And also they will grow, or the sheep will get their fur back now, or wool, fur, who knows? And so we need to be constantly shearing them. Stay back, so that we can have a nice steady supply of wool. And then from time to time we should also breed the sheepsies until we can get an automatic way of taking care of that. So in the meantime, they'll just handle that. I also got a farm set up. I'll be harvesting in a little bit, and we'll be making a piston, so that will happen automatically. The conveyor belts are pretty cheap. Then what I did was I hollowed out this entire area. Massive. Alright. And I found a ravine, which is where I've been doing most of my mining. Pretty awesome. Yeah. But in the meantime, this is going to be the new awesome room. It's 15 by 15, I believe. And so let's give us a nice middle to work with. And what I'm going to do is make this area right on over here into the heat generator side. We're going to start with just making this pretty simple. The easiest way to handle this is to create a 3-wide hole, and as deep as you want it to be, because it really just doesn't really matter. As many heat generators as you can fit in there is as many as you put in there. Then what you need to do is, well, let's make it a little bit deeper. Let's make it 3 deep as well, so that we have a nice area to work with. Oh man, this Paxel just tears up. It's amazing considering how cheap this is. Why do I have that piece? I don't need it. I also got a lot of cobblestone, and I'm sure you can guess how I got that. Oh, and yeah, lava buckets as well. And you'll see why I got them in a second. I don't really need that much, but hey, if you're gonna do it big. Somebody said that somewhere. So let's head on over here. Let's empty our inventory out a little bit, because I don't think I need all this cobblestone on me. Let's put back some of this other stuff. Let's put the put the iron in here. Noise. And where's my food? I put my food somewhere in here. Bread. There it is. And let's have a little munch. Num, num, num. Little break. And then we're gonna need to take these guys down. So let's take out the wires first, so we don't shock ourselves. And you can use anything. Fist also works. In fact, I probably shouldn't use my Paxel, because then I might accidentally break my wall. So let's get these guys out of here. And now, since we're going to go for a permanent setup, let's insulate these wires. Because it doubles the resistance of uninsulated wires. So you want to insulate your wires if you have more of a permanent setup. For those temporary quick setups, and if you need your wool for other things, come on. You got to do it right. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some set up over here. Oop, we gotta grab the heat generators first. Nom nom. And I'll show you the most efficient way to set these guys up. Grab them. Let's put them on a hotbar. Let's go down this way. Okay, so now let's go down in here. Obviously I made this a little bigger than I need to, but I also wanted to show you this. So when you put down the heat generators, put them in this pattern like so. All along the walls, not touching the walls. And of course, these are facing the wrong way, unless I want to put the lava kind of sandwiched in between them, but I don't. What I want to do is have the wires running through that wall there, so we'll knock this out. Just temporary so. And if you've played Voltz before, you're probably wondering, hey, how can you do that? Because the heat generators, which you'll see soon enough, have a side effect to using lava. They dump fire all over the place. Did I just really see coal down there? Or not coal, copper. Leave nothing to waste. Especially gravel. I should be collecting up this gravel. You'll know why. You should collect as much gravel as you can early on. Because not only the flint comes in handy for more than just arrows, but the flint comes in handy with the purification chamber, and the gravel comes in handy as a ballast. And if you know about railcraft, you know about ballast. And also monazite. As weird as it is, And as little as you may know about it, it's actually very handy to have around. So we're going to grab all this. Just take a quick break from actually learning things to seeing how dark it can get in here. So, yeah. How are you guys doing? It's good to hear. That's good. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, what an accomplishment. You know, you should be proud of what you've done with your life up to this point, and also what you just did. You told me about just now. Okay. For the sake of time, I'm not going to try getting every last little tiny piece of coal that I see. So let's get that taken care of. Alright. Left my wrench somewhere, so I gotta go grab it. Grab it, rabbit. There it is. This is why, one of the biggest reasons why that you want to get a wrench as soon as possible. That's like one of the first diamonds you should get. Put it into that. Okay. Right click to rotate them around. There we go. So now we got a nice setup here. The next thing we're going to do is hook them all up with wires in the back. Now remember I said that they set fire to things. Well, now I'm going to expose you to the next type of wire known as hidden wires. So I'm going to go ahead and cook up some stone and be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've just cooked up some stone, as you can clearly see right here. You need smooth stone, and I'm going to show you why in a bit. You take any kind of wire and you put it next to the smooth stone in your crafting area and you get hidden silver wire. Not flammable. That's the key point right there. It says it's hidden, but it's clearly and completely obvious that there is wire there, so I don't know why they call it hidden. We're going to connect up these guys, hold down shift to right click so you don't look inside, and I'm going to put one behind each one of these guys just so you can see how this setup is going to go. Whoops. Give me that. Step it. There you go, and boop. Okay, so every one of them has got a wire behind it. We're going to need to wire them up. There are no inefficiencies to doing what I'm about to do right now, except that it uses more wire. So now all those guys are hooked up, just like that. All you need to do is just make one hidden wire go all the way down the middle, and then I'm going to have it come towards the middle here and go up. So that way we can actually wire it to things. And what I'm going to do with this middle section here, as you can clearly see there is no wire here, is, well, I got to make some more. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That was quick. Alright, now we got some wires set up, and come to think of it, if I'm going to have the lava going between here, I might as well set up for the future of my power production, like so. Alright, let's cover everything up, all nice and pretty. I'm going to leave this, actually I'm going to convert this into cobblestone, so that you don't have lava just flowing back there for no reason. So it looks all pretty. There we go. So here's the beginnings. As soon as I get more heat generators, I'm going to fill them up here. This is the kind of thing you want to kind of do early on, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to get started with what we have. Okay, let's get the cobblestone out because I'm going to need a path to walk on while the world's being set on fire. A little bit of strategy behind this. So you want to make sure all sides are being touched by the lava. So first one is going to go right here because it's going to go down and over and not onto me, hopefully, and it's going to fill up that area. It doesn't matter if it's a solid block or not. It just needs to be touching him. Lava needs to be touching him. And it looks like we're not going to get any there, so we'll just put one right there. Actually, come to think of it, if I put one right... These areas right here are the ones that need to be filled because it won't flow into those. But now you can see that the lava sources are going where they need to go. We just need a couple more. Shift click, right here, and now there's one more side to add. These guys on top. And I didn't put one in this corner on purpose because then no lava touches it on the wall there. So let's just put one right here. Shift click, and one right here. And then let's cover this all up with lava so we don't have a giant mess. Or lava, cobblestone, haha. And then we'll just cover this up as well. Brilliant. And just so I don't accidentally walk into the fire, we'll cover it up there. There we go. We got a nice little source of heat and wonder right here. Now that we're starting to manage more complex parts of fire, well, yeah, that too, but electricity, we're going to need to monitor it. So we're going to need a multimeter. handheld for that fact. Pretty simple. The advanced circuit, pretty complex. As you can see right here, requires 2 basic circuits and a diamond. We got to see if we have any diamonds. I don't believe I found any in my short mining spree, but we'll see. We do not. So I got to go mine one and come back once I have the resources for the multimeter. Okay, I'm back, and I'm ready to make a bunch of things. Got me some basic resources. I had them shipped in. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and make a battery. In fact, they're called energy cubes. These are kind of expensive, but they're portable. And I noticed that they were the least glitchy. And also, you can actually charge most things in them. There's some things that won't charge in the regular battery box, so we're going to make energy cubes, which can be upgraded later, as you can see. We're just going to make the basic one. Requires these guys, and then 2 of these guys. Yeah, not so complex, you know? So we're going to go ahead and get to going. We got to make 2 of these guys. We take the earlier enriched alloys. You know how they are produced. So this is nice and easy. If you remember correctly, the enriched alloy is just as such. Well, R on it, and there you go. Iron and redstone. So yeah. So let's, now that it's cleared out the recipe, good thing I remember it. Boom. Energy tablets. Shift click. Let's get the recipe back up there so that we can do it professionally. Lapis. And I knew this steel block would come in handy. Bam. Alright, like before, the multimeter. Actually, we just type in hand, and we'll get it right there. Handheld. Requires some copper plates, which are pretty simple, copper. Then it requires the insulated copper wire, which is also easy. The complex part is, stick. That's complex. Let's go ahead and get that guy. Where's my sticks? There we go. And it looks like I'm out of glass, too, so I'm going to have to smelt that up. I'll be right back. That was quick. Alright. Let's see here. We got the advanced circuit to do next. Now, these guys require 2 of the basic circuits, so we'll make them first. Very nice and simple. These guys, it uses any kind of wire, so I'm just going to use these guys just to get it done. Oop, I forgot. What kind of plate is that in the middle? Oh, yeah, that's right. It uses any kind of plate. If I remember correctly, I have some bronze in my infuser. There it is. Perfect. So we're going to make some plates. Like I said, bronze comes in handy. It's so cheap, too. It's awesome. So let's get the redstone in here. The wires. And shift click. There we go. Let's get these guys out of there. Nice and simple. These 2 guys. Diamond and redstone, which we are running low on, so we're going to have to grab another stack. Shift, right click. We got another stack. Nice and easy. Put the redstone in the bottom. Like so. Diamond. Basic circuits. You can see how circuits come in handy. They're used in a lot of stuff. I usually try to produce as many of them as possible at one time when I can. So let's get 2 plates. Like so. And we're going to need sticks. Come on. There we go. These 2 guys. And we are almost done with that. Like so. Multimeter. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these guys down and see what we can do with this. So the multimeter is just a right-clickable tool. You can right-click on any kind of wire or machine for you to tell you anything. This right now is going to tell us nothing. You know why? Well, there's no electricity flowing through there. And of course, you're not going to get any electricity until you get a completed circuit. So I'm going to put one more block right here. Then we're going to go ahead and put the cube right here out in the open so we can get to it pretty easily. Then I'm going to take a couple more of these hidden silver wires and move it over there. They act just like any other wire, except they can't be on fire. Of course, I don't see any flames right now. This isn't being a very good example. But now we've had it hooked up, and you notice still nothing. See that? That's because the energy cube has all but one side that it can put things into. So I'm going to break it right now so I can show it more in the open. If you'll notice, this side faces you. That's the output side. Every other side is the input side. And see, now that I've placed it that way, it'll tell us what's going on. Oh wow, it's already full. Well, this seems like that's an interesting idea. It looks like the energy cube gets full just for creating it. That shouldn't be. That sounds like another glitch. Well, there you go. I found another glitch. The cubes that once created are created with full juice. Excellent. Well, how about this then? Let's go ahead and upgrade the cube because I am certain that these next level cubes cause problems. Well, let's see if we have enough resources for that. I don't think we do. Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's go back up here. Let's see. Oh, we got some more iron. So let's make some more of these enriched alloys. Like so. Bam. Very good. Okay, we should have plenty now. So let's grab that cube. Sprint on over there. Yum. And by the way, the wrench does work on the cube. It rotates it around. So if you've already placed it and you don't like where you placed it, it's not the end of the world. You can just fix that. Alright, advanced energy cube requires 2 gold and 2 more of these energy tablets, which requires a lot of redstone. Okay, we should have everything we need. Energy tablets, I don't remember exactly, but it's something like that. Ha ha ha. Get out of there. Okay. Cube. What does it take? 2 gold and some more enriched. What's it? Pretty cheap, huh? Why? Are you going crazy? Am I going crazy? Does this have to be drained or something? Looks like we're having technical difficulties. I'm going to have to drain the energy cube before it'll allow me to do anything with it. So I'll come back once I find a way to drain it. And there you go. I made an advanced energy cube and put it down. Except it's going to make a fool out of me because check this out. While I'm crafting it, these heat generators are building up juice. And you can see right here, they have their own little batteries built in them. And I have enough of them that as soon as I put down this energy cube, it fills so quickly, I can't get over here and hit the handheld multimeter on it to see anything. So it's always going to be 0. But if I have some draw for it, which we're about to, you'll finally be able to see that. So, which is good that we have that much kind of production. So let's get these guys out of here, just in case there's a glitch that we don't know about that deletes our stuff. So let's get that out. Get that out. And sadly, we're going to have to dump this because there's no other way to transport it that way. It doesn't save that item ID. Maybe that'll be later on. Who knows? Away we go. Crusher's got nothing in it. There you go. Nice and clean. We'll get rid of that ugly chest in a second or 2 or 3 or maybe through the whole season. Shift click, get these guys down here and the crusher. Okay, so since this is the output, let's go ahead and get the wires just like so. And we're going to go ahead and just run it across the back. Because these are insulated, you can jump on them all day and they won't hurt you. So, power in the back, like so. Enrichment chamber, yeah. Infuser, and the factory all over here on its own. Because you're a bad infuser. Bad smelter. Put it in there. And there we go. We can hear it working. If we grab the multimeter, we head on over here. Oh yeah. We're outputting 6.85 kilowatts. That's the number you need to pay most attention to when you're worrying about flow. Then what you need to worry about is the volts. That comes in later, though, when you have higher voltage machines. Looks like this energy cube is putting out more than it's getting. You see it's already drained almost completely down. Oh yeah, it's almost completely down. And you'll notice we might start to run into some problems with the flow here. See, it's going through. It's not even bothering to charge the battery. It's just going straight through the battery and onto this. Looks like that might be enough kilowatts to charge or to burn one thing. But if I start throwing more in here, we're going to notice a slowdown. Let's get some of these other machines going as well. Like for instance, let's get some iron. And we don't need the crusher, but we're going to need to grab some of that compressed carbon because we're going to get some steel production up and running. In you go. There we go. And let's go ahead and get some infused who's what's it. Actually, I don't think I have any on me. No. But it's easy enough to hop on over here. And I've got no iron on me either, so we're going to have to run back over here. Give me this. Come back over this way. Let's put a crafting table in there. It's getting messy. There we go. Some enriched iron. Kind of an inefficient way to do it. I'd rather do it with dust instead. But here we go. Okay, so now we got a bunch of machines running. And, well, this one stopped running, so that doesn't really help me out very much. But here we go. We'll take this out of here and get this machine running again. And we may get to see a slowdown, even though I did create a pretty efficient setup with the silver wire, so we don't have any resistance. And then also the number of heat generators that we have set up with the amount of lava that's around it creates a very, very, very nice power flow for a starting base. And so there we go. Let's demonstrate the Powah of the factory. Wow, look, we can even smelt this many. So there you go. Nice early on setup for your machines. And so we're going to really get this production started. I think this is a good place to stop for the machines tutorials. We'll come back as we need more advanced machines and as we need more power. But right now we need to talk about mining practices. So what we're going to do is start our mining base. One thing I want to do is make it right in the middle here. So I think this is a good spot right here. We're just going to go straight down, or we're going to create a staircase kind of thing. Then what I'm going to do is, at a couple different levels, I'm going to create what's known as the mining bore drill guy. So I'm going to come back once I've created one of those, and we'll talk more about how that's going to come down. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I'm not going to make one, but I'm going to get that whole idea started along with railcraft, because we got to make some rails, you know? So I'll come right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've got everything I need. So what you need to get started is this stuff called coke oven brick to make an oven. You need 26 of them to get started. They're made as such with bricks and sand. You need 26 of them. So this is a pretty big process. So for starters, I'm going to just go ahead and put this right on over here. What I'm going to do is eventually have 2 of these guys so I can really get the production started. We're going to need some space here, so let's make sure that I don't overdo this. See, the last few heat generators are going to go here, so it should start here. So what I'm going to do is inset the coal coke oven a little bit. It's a multi-block structure, and what that means is once it's in its correct design, it'll snap to a certain design, or snap to a certain machine. So check it out. This is the design. 9 on the bottom, 8 on top, and 8 and then 9 on top. And you see, boom, it changes. It's now a coal coke oven. What it does is it produces 2 things: coal coke and creosote. And creosote you can put into a bottle by making the glass bottles that are made in vanilla Minecraft. But it's mostly used for converting coal into a highly productive form known as the coal coke, and also making the creosote bottle. But I think the creosote is probably the most important. Look how long this takes. Oi! It puts the creosote in here, and there are ways to pump it out, and I'll be getting into that later when we talk about fluid and we get into the automation part of this. But we're going to go ahead and get this started because it takes a long time. We're going to need a lot of this. A lot. So let's go on over here. The coal coke is effectively, I believe, 4 times as good as regular coal. So just anything that can accept coal can also take it for the most case. I think the coal generator that's in Voltz does not accept it, but I wouldn't quote me on that. Like I said, I don't use the default Voltz stuff very much. I use the mechanism stuff and the atomic science stuff. So let's put some of this stuff away, especially this. And we're going to have to get into the next part, which is, we're going to need that redstone back actually, which is the rolling machine. Now the rolling machine is an interesting piece of technology. It's powered by engines, which are here. These require steam, which means water, and also coal or something burnable. So let's see. We've got everything we need. I've got buckets, and we don't have water, but we'll get that later. So let's get the rolling machine. Pretty complex. Requires 4 pistons. We're going to have to make an extra piston for the engine, so I'm going to go ahead and make that right now. Let's see. We're going to need 5 of them. I hope I have enough wood. Yes, I do. Pistons require cobblestone down the sides, like so, and then it requires iron and redstone. Not in that order, though. Like that. Okay. Looks like we're running low on iron, so we'll have to go back to our wonderful little machines here over here who could. Oh, yeah, very good. Now we're cooking with fire and gas and other explosive good stuff. Oh, good. We got our steel dust. Let's go ahead and smelt that up. Let's maintain these machines. Maintain them. Let's go ahead and put... iron dust is done. Let's go ahead and get the platinum set up in there. Put that in there. There you go. Everybody's just working. Working good. Working real good. Okay, rolling machine time. Crafting table, as you all know how to produce, requires wood, which I have failed on. Control click to get exactly as many as I need so I don't fill up my benchmarking. I've never made a crafting table before. Be quiet. Okay, and let's get the iron up in here. It's pretty simple and also complex at the same time. It's one of those tiered construction. Then we have to make an engine. Also, not so daunting task. Requires these gold nuggets, so it's a pretty cheap engine, as you can see. So let's just get a couple of these gold nuggets. It doesn't hurt anything to make extras of these because you can turn them back into gold just by putting them in the crafting area. So first thing we're going to make is these gold-plated gears. As you can see, quite easy to make. All you got to do is take this guy and surround it with gold nuggets, like so. Now we're going to need to put 3 across the top, 2 across the bottom, and there we go. We got our hobbyist steam engine. We're also going to need a lever to power it, or to turn it on, I guess. And boom, we're done. So now we've got everything we need. Where's my rolling machine? There it is. So we'll get to it. You need to power the rolling machine, so what you want to do is put the engines right next to it. I think a temporary setup for this would probably be right over here. Engine right next to it, and it automatically connects to it. You can use, I believe you can use the wrench to reorient this guy. Nope, you cannot. That's problematic. Normally, you'd be able to control it with a wrench. That's probably because it's not in this version. Yeah. Because, say for instance, you put the engine down first. And then you put the rolling machine. Not the lever. Give me that. Not in that spot either. Man, I'm just making a mess. Okay, see that? Now if the engine's running, it will just power this empty block here rather than powering the rolling machine. And that's problematic. You used to be able to whack this with a, or actually you should be able to whack that with a wrench and reorient it. But for now, keep in mind, put down the rolling machine first, and then the engine. Then the lever can go anywhere you want. I'm just going to put it right here so it's out of the way. And if I power it now, nothing will happen. We have no fuel, and we have no water. Sad day, huh? So let's use this coal coke that I've produced. I have one of them in here. Yeah, save my coal for other things. Put it in here. Still nothing's going to happen. We need some water. So I'll come right back once I get some water. Okay, I'm back. And I got me some water. Okay, first thing we want to do with this water is create an unlimited source. I'm actually going to put the unlimited source in the back of the wall here. And that will become evident later, especially when we start talking about the fluid mod. And we're going to create a nice little source here. We're going to create an unlimited source because eventually what I'm going to do is, well, get this taken care of. Oy. Just dump some of this water in here. It's really easy to do. You can right-click on it with the bucket in your hand. You see right there, it just puts it right in there. Or you can right-click on it with something else in your hand or an empty bucket, and then you can see the interface and shift-click, and it'll empty the bucket. And I can keep doing this until it's full. I'll have to do it manually for a second, but there are ways to animate that. Automate that. And so let's get these goodies that I just found. Waste not. And then we've got just enough buckets to make this into a water source of unlimited power and unlimitedness. All right, something to notice, or something to note about the steam engines. All of these guys, if you get it real hot, I'm talking 100 degrees Celsius, and then put water into it, you're gonna have a bad time. And by that I mean explosions. So don't do that. Make sure it's always full of water before you run it. So let's get it started. You see what's happening now? Nothing. It's going to heat up first. And you can see that bar going up, up, up. Once it hits 100, you see it's climbing pretty quickly because this is a small engine. This one won't produce much power. You can actually have multiples of these guys around this rolling machine if you really wanted to get it working. But as of now, we just want it to kind of lightly move along. The priority of this rolling machine is to create plates. I'm going to show you plates right here. Plates are incredibly useful. There are these manual plates which you can create, which are used in Voltz various mods. But then these plates right here, which are used in Railcraft. Yes, there is a steel plate and there's also a steel plate, but don't get confused. This steel plate and this steel plate are very different. Okay, we're going to create some iron plates just to demonstrate how this is going to work. You see that right there? When I put them in there, nothing happens until I click on this. Now, if I create more than one in here, it's going to start producing. You see that? It's taking from its power bar on the right here, and every time this little engine pumps, we get another little boost here. And that coal coke is really powering this up. Look how hot it got on that one. And this only produces 1.6 Minecraft joules, megajoules, I don't know, Minecraft joules. And so this isn't the fastest, but this is the kind of thing you'd set to go and you'd walk away and you'd come back later once it's done. So this is the way that you create these plates. There's also another thing you can create with these, and you're going to need a lot of plates for a lot of really cool things, and we'll get into those later. But check this out. Put them like this, and you get rebar, which is used in the crafting recipe for concrete. So if you ever wonder how to make concrete, that's how you do it. We're going to turn this guy off, and it'll lose its heat, and we'll have to waste another coal to get it back up and running again. But boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. We'll get back to that later. Alright, well, we're coming up to the end of the episode. Hopefully you've learned a lot. Ah, yes. Coal coke. And hopefully this was helpful to you. And hopefully you got the tips needed to become a power worth reckoning in your own Voltz server. Let's get some more of this carbon so that we can make some more steel. Thanks for joining me. Subscribe for more. Check it out. We're playing Voltz. Check us out next time for when we get into Rails. Bye.